What's going on YouTube? It's Jeremy D motherfucking Glass here, back today with another Raid Shadow Legend video. Now, on today's video, this is literally just a beginner's guide of what you need to know, simplified down from what a lot of the bigger Raid Shadow Legend people tell you, because they get into way more detail than I do. But today we're actually just going to be doing a simple, very easy guide for beginners in this game to get to. Now, this goes for if you're playing on mobile or if you're playing on PC. I suggest getting both because they're both fun. It's a fun game to play on either one whenever you get some downtime. But without rambling on so much, like I said, a simple guide, let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, one thing that people don't really talk about too much is the mine. The gem mine, if you plan on playing this game super long term, like you played this game, you fell in love with it, you want to play long term, upgrade the gem mine. I've seen people talk about it in chat before that it doesn't make that much of a difference. In the long term, you are getting your gems and your money back beyond all belief. Moving on, though, to another thing. This is where you don't waste your money on. Do not waste your money on the sparring pits. Do not waste your gems on the sparring pits. They cost way too much. You see I have 3 open here. I barely ever use these. They're a waste of time. Do not get those. Moving on now. Collect that gem. Moving on. Let's go into some artifact tips. These are some tips I learned recently, like I said, watching extensive videos from Raid Shadow Legends YouTubers like Ash and Hell Hades and stuff. These are ones I've learned recently that I need to do better on because I am low on silver. You may start this game out thinking you will get silver and you'll never run out. I thought that definitely at first. But where I'm at now, I am super low on silver. Artifacts. When it comes to artifacts, the 3 I'm talking about here isn't the weapon, isn't the helmet, and isn't the shield, but it's actually the gauntlets, chest, and boots. Now the reason we're talking about these here, and even here, this is a prime example where a mistake was made to an extent. The stats right here, attack 60%, very good artifact. Defense 60%, very good artifact. Now, this is where it contradicts a lot. The Divine Life legendary 6-star gauntlet. It's only a defense. Not a great artifact. So what you want to do when it comes to gauntlets, chest piece, and boots is you want artifacts that are percentage. Whether that be HP percent, attack percent, or defense percent, or even crit rate or crit damage. Well, that's all you're going to get really with the substats. But you don't want a flat stat when it comes to gauntlets, chests, or boots. You don't want a flat stat. You want a percentage stat on all these. They're right here. Crit rate 60%, HP 10%, HP 31%. I mean, these are upgraded, of course, obviously. But that's what you want on your you want percentage on, not a flat stat on your gauntlets, chest, and boots. You don't want to waste money upgrading these unless they have flats or percentage stats, not flat stats. Now, of course, there's going to be an early game, especially beginner's guide. There's going to be early game where you're going to have those. There's just no getting around that. You're going to upgrade those. You're going to spend money on that. But in mid-game to end-game, you definitely want percentages. Now, moving on here, we're going to go into a battle area here. We're going to talk about the clan boss a little bit. Now, I am no expert on the clan boss by far. I do not have the champions to take down high damage on the clan boss when it comes to brutal nightmare or ultra nightmare. So if you want videos like that, go go watch Hell Hades videos. He really has a nice breakdown of the clan bosses and what you need. But as a beginner's guide, we're going to go ahead and get into talk to this. My clan here is on hard. I am the clan leader of my clan. We are on hard. And you can see here, this guy, Hindsight 2020, 2.93 million with 2 keys. We're actually going to run a battle here. This is my clan boss team. It's not the best clan boss team by far. I can guarantee that. I have 2 poisoners that the same person. It's Kale here. One of the best champions in the game when it comes to the rares. But I have way too many poisons going on. I just don't have a good enough team to replace him, is the problem. So, we're going to go ahead and run in this battle here. When I said a simple guide, I didn't expect to do this, but I'm motherfucking drunk, y'all, and I just kind of run with the flow. So we're going to go ahead and actually watch this battle turn out. It's going to turn into about probably a 5-minute battle being on hard. But this here, you're going to get to see what's actually going on. So let's slow it down here first. So I have Jirog here. He's running decrease attack. So that's what I want him for. I want him to decrease the attack of the clan boss. This guy here, he's more of just a tank. I want him big hit, and I love that strength and buff he places. Apothecary, he is my healers. Let's go ahead and put this back up too. He is my healer, and his job is to keep Jirog and Frost King over here, I can't remember his actual fucking name, alive. That's his job, because Kel and Kel both have life steal sets on them that are going to keep them alive. Also, when it comes to masteries, he has they both have the, I believe it's called the Kingslayer Mastery or something like that. So the multiple attacks, the reason I do that is because their A3 attack has multiple hits and it's really good for them. Why him over here has Giant Slayer, I can't remember, I believe that's the name. He's a single attacker, so that's much better for him. But he is putting in heavy damage. We're here on turn 7 with 2.7 million. And that's honestly really bad because watching people like Hell Hades and stuff like that, you really want to honestly be 1 million per count. And that's I'm well below that, obviously. I should be at 9 million right now if I had a good enough team. I just don't have the champions. I don't have the resources. I don't have the artifact. I don't have the Great Hall enough to be up that high. But for a beginning team, if you're watching this, you may be one of my clan members, Hindsight and all y'all. Y'all may be watching this to see where I'm putting out this 10 million damage on the hard boss because, like I said, we're a beginning clan. My guys are honestly only putting out like 1 million to 2 million per hit on these guys. But this is what I'm doing. I am honestly mainly focusing on the poisons. You can see there. You can see up here, you only put 10 debuffs on the clan champion, which is what really kind of sucks. That's why having 2 poisoners of this magnitude are really bad because they're putting way too many poisons on for good debuffs to come in. Like say I had him replaced with a decreased defense champion. That debuff may not go in. May not go in sometimes, but all at the same time, I have a decent team for a beginning team. So Kale, if you happen to get another Kale is really good. Jirog, he's a really good champion for this. He's not like super S plus tier, but he is up there because he has the decreased attack, which is right there. And he also has the ally protection, and you can beef him up to have a ton of health. I think he's at like 50 million health. Or not 50 million. 50,000 health, which is really good for a champion, especially in the epics, especially if someone who's using ally protect. And then he's also getting the strengthen from Frost King over here. So we probably have a little bit longer this run till about 10 million, I believe, and then everybody will die. That's where I'm putting it at. Probably 9 million actually. You see, Apothecary took a big hit here, so his defense is not as high as it needs to be. And when it comes, I'm tired. When it comes to clan boss, you want a really high defense, a good HP, and a really good speed if you're not using counterattack teams for sure. My team is not a counterattack team, and my team does not have the speed it needs also, but Apothecary is really good because he's boosting the speed, which we're actually going to get to Apothecary in just a minute here for this beginner's guide. Once this ends, I would edit this and fast forward it, but I'm too fucking lazy to do that, so we're just going to actually let this play out. So I apologize for the lengthiness in this battle here. But like I said, this is on Brutal, I believe. Yeah, Brutal. You kind of see that I have a decent team when it comes to Brutal. I just need teammates to get a little bit better team. Honestly, that's where I'm at. My clan, I need to do some beefiness to them. And if you want to join the clan, feel free to leave a comment down below for your Discord or something. I'll get a hold of you and we'll see about getting you in the clan. I'm looking for more active people all the time. So, yeah, just leave that down there and we'll get to that. I'll get to that eventually. It may take a little bit, but actually we hit 10 mil here, and then he's dead there. So we hit 10.6 mil on Brutal. Not the greatest. Sorry, just wanted to check that. But, alright, moving on from the beginner's guide. Another thing you might want to know, the marketplace is always a good place to get shards. It's even a good place to get ancient shards. So you get about 5 ancient shards a month in your marketplace, I believe. I believe that's accurate. I apologize if it's not, but I believe you get 5 ancient shards a month in your marketplace. So keep a lookout for those. But moving on, we're going to go into some champions that you do not ever want to get rid of. We'll stay at by rank. So right here, Wolrim Frost King. I got him from the Battle Pass. I apologize if you missed out on the Season 1 Battle Pass. It was a huge benefactor. A huge thing in this game. That really helped you out if you had that. Stag Knight's also another one I got here. But when it comes to champions, never, and I mean never, get rid of a legendary, even if you're not liking the way they are. Because I'm going to talk about, for instance here, Mashaled, or Mashald, or however you pronounce his name. Literally, oh, actually, they gone up a little bit. They gone up a little bit right here. Used to be the guaranteed worst champion, legendary champion in the game. I mean, look at these ratings. They're fucking horrible. But he actually got a buff that changed a lot of things. We'll go into that. First off, will attack enemies under a leech debuff was not here on this. They added that. Top of that, places a 30% increased speed and a 30% increased damage. Used to be only on this champion, now it's on all champions. And also they added a places a true fear and leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, which coincides with Bloodsucker level 1. As A3, honestly I can't remember what they changed on it, but I already know they made it better as well. So he went from literally the worst legendary champion to top 10 right here for sure. And also Leech got a buff, which actually makes him better. I am working on building him up and actually adding him to my clan boss team, but for now he's there. Moving on, I'm going to talk about rares that you absolutely do not feed. And this is what I was talking about earlier, Apothecary. Now, he actually has like a double called a Magister. Make sure you don't get them mixed up. But Apothecary is one of the best rare champions in the game, if not the best. He is definitely up there. He is a great healer. So, Scatterbolt, for one, attacks 3 times at random, so that makes him viable for the Fire Knight there. Heals a target ally by 35%, not booked. Booked out heals by 50%. This heal can be a critical, and it's on a 2-turn cooldown when booked out. That is just insane when it comes to a healer. Speed, Boon of Speed places a 30% increased speed buff on allies, fills a turn meter by 15%, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown. Really good for speed, but this right here, the Soothing Chant, is bread and butter. I've literally ran into people in Arena that I've given up battles on because I'm placing 4 against 4 champions versus 1 Apothecary on their team, and I can't beat him because he heals too fast. That's how insane Apothecary is. He is just a rare. And then, like I said, I got his mastery maxed out too. We're not going to get into mastery. That's way too much detail. But moving on, another rare, Kale. Never get rid of your Kale. Kale is the best, the hands down best starting champion in the game. So let's say you haven't even started the game yet and you're watching this guide. This is the one you pick. I made the mistake of picking Gaelic because I'm a big orc fan, but Kael in the Dark Elves is the best starting champion there is. Moving on, another amazing starting champion. Or not starting champion, sorry, not starting. Another amazing rare champion that you must not feed to another champion is Coldheart. Now, I recently learned how amazing she is, and I need to work on our build some. But the reason she is so amazing, attacks one enemy, decreases the turn meter by 100%. Hey. An extra 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit damage increases according to enemy max HP. Now, I need to use her against Clan Boss. I haven't actually got the chance to do that yet to see how much damage she does to Clan Boss. But against the Spider, which Spider is a big time problem for a lot of people. She's hit 60,000 for one hit on this in the Spider. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, 4 turns if booked out, which I haven't booked out yet. She also attacks 4 times at random, good against Fire Knight, and she also has an AoE. Doesn't hit very hard, but it does have a poison chance on that. Moving on, another rare, Frozen Banshee. Now, I made the mistake of getting rid of her out of the Season 1 Battle Pass whenever I got her because I didn't like her. But, being where I'm at now, I know she's really good against Clan Boss. I'm trying to book her out and get her leveled up to fight the Clan Boss to replace one of my Poisoners on there. Replace one of those Kaels. That way she adds this 25% poison sensitivity. Now that's going to be huge for me whenever I actually get her leveled out and stuff. Sorry, didn't mean to go away from that. Moving on. Soulbound Bower, I actually heard is one of the amazing champions I've seen from Hell Hades and Ash and Salt. Soulbound Bower is another one that I need to rank up. That she's really good, even viable into Gold 4 Arena. I made the mistake of getting rid of her before, but I just recently got her again, so I'm going to be keeping her and working on her. Now, moving on to what I talked about earlier, Silver. Silver, I used to never think I'd run out. Now look at me, 362,000 silver. Super low on silver. The best place to farm silver is right here. Brutal. You gotta make sure you're in Brutal. You would think maybe Nightmare gives me more silver. No. When it comes to actual silver to energy ratio, Brutal is where you want to be. Brimstone Path, level 3. Now, the reason you want to be here, you're getting about 11,000 silver per battle in that area. But the shields actually bring in a little bit more silver when it comes to boots, chest pieces, or gauntlets and stuff like that. The shields sell for a little bit more, so in the long run, this is your bread and butter when you come to want to farm silver. And you see right here, where was it? Best time is 47 seconds. I can probably get that down because I've been focusing here. So let's actually just run a battle on that here in Brutal. Kael, he's my campaign runner. I'm actually going to replace him with Gaelic because I've changed Kael's armor out. So let's put him in, and let's put this so you can also see the amount of XP you're getting per battle. Now, Kael is probably one of the best campaign runners, but like I said, I booked out his set a little bit different, so he's not as good as here. But we're gonna get this time down for sure, even running this on Gaelic. Maybe, actually. I'm pretty sure he will. So there's the Hellraiser. Just letting this run through. This is probably going to be the end of the video here, showing you this. Those are really all the tips I have for you. Also, Clan Boss gives you good artifacts. You may have a team that doesn't attack Clan Boss much. So look where we're at here. 11,000. Then we'll click here. We can sell this for 11,000 on top of that. So that's literally double what I wanted there. 4-star, 11,000, 11,000. That's 22,000. That's really good when it comes to money. Got the time down to 35 seconds. I mean, it really takes no time at all. So another good thing, actually, before we do end the video, to focus on is the Great Hall. You really do want to get this up early on. You want to farm the crap out of your bronze stars, your silvers, and your golds, because this really does help out. You can see I only have 2 silvers upgraded when it comes to Great Hall level 4s. I really need to work on this. It's going to help a lot with Clan Boss. But overall, I mean, it's just utterly amazing to work on that. On top of that, don't need that. Fusions. When it comes to fusions, I've seen a lot of people use this, and I'm just going to come out and say, yes, this guy is worth it, because I've seen him used in a lot of clan bosses. I wish I would have got this guy. Just didn't have the time to work for it, so I'm not going to be getting him. But overall, work on this guy in the fusions. Work on this guy in the fusion just from the pure fact that he's actually a bunch of the mission challenges. Your mission challenges, work on these. These give you so much extra shit. These are like a battle pass in their own right. There's so much you can get from these, and a lot of them are honestly easy once you get up to higher levels. Another one. Use your gems for energy when you're running low. These is what keep you playing the game. That's what helps you play the game. That's what makes you through it. Very good to focus on. Other than that, do the events, do the tournaments, that you can get some really good stuff out of there. Ignore the sparring pit. Upgrade your mine or farm silver in Brutal Brimstone Path level 3. Farm XP in Brimstone Brutal level 6 for XP. Work on your clan boss teams. Work on speed, defense, stuff like that. Don't waste your silver on artifacts that are just base stats like attack, just defense, just AP. Look at those percentages. Look for the percentage ones. And that's really all I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed. And as always, stay motherfucking drunk, y'all.